Band Major Agastya, ma'am.
Let us sing our school song, Sabse Sundar. Good evening. On behalf of the Lawrence School, Lovedale, we welcome our chief guest, Dr. Shonali Chinniah, parents of the prefects, guests, members of the staff, and students to the Investiture of the prefects for the year 2024-2025. We have gathered here to witness the dawn of a new chapter wherein our student council takes on the mantle of leadership with integrity, compassion, and unwavering commitment. The prefectorial system consists of a head boy, head girl, vice head boy, vice head girl, and house prefects. As we bestow upon them the responsibility of leadership roles, we embark on a journey of empowerment and growth, fostering a spirit of excellence and service within our school community. Therefore, they shall go forth with indomitable house spirit to meet the challenges of the future and be proud Lawrencians forever. Our headmaster, Mr. D.B.S. Rao, will introduce the chief guest to the eminent gathering.
Respected chief guest, deputy headmaster, parents, members of the staff, and dear students. It is with great pride that we gather today for the Investiture Ceremony, a momentous occasion where we officially appoint future leaders of our student body. It's more nostalgic as we have an ex-head girl of the batch of 1987 as the chief guest doing the honors for the Student Council 2024-25. I was going through her brief note and I read out first what impressed me the most. She says, in Curiosity Discovery Center, which she heads it, she and her author, playwright Nilanjan Chaudhary, asked him to give up a lucrative career in the management to work with them. In 2018, they began the process of building this interactive space for children to explore science. Curiosity is their attempt to fill the gap between theoretical and practical learning. These are first steps in this journey. Little can be achieved by individuals, and they feel fortunate to have an excellent team of professionals working with them, each bringing diverse but invaluable expertise in this endeavor. The center is open to the public on weekends and offers focused programs on specific tools to schools during weekdays. Anil, her husband, and Ms. Shonali have made the space accessible to government schools and to less privileged children by doing sponsored programs at nominal rates. This is something incredible, and it's a great service to society. Thank you so much, ma'am. This was something which, caught my attention more, and I thought I should read it for all of you. Now, having said that, I should also speak something about her achievements academically and further also. She received her bachelor's degree in biology from Mount Holyoke in Massachusetts and went on to get a PhD in marine ecology from Cornell University. She did her research at Friday Harbor Labs on the San Juan Islands of Tinofos and gave seminars and presentations in different parts of the country. She worked at New Jersey State Aquarium, giving tours and lectures to the public and doing educational dive shows in the shark tank. She moved back to India in 2003 and worked in NGO sector for several years and taught biology to seniors classes at Valley School in 2006. In 2008, she started her own company called Curiouscity Science Education, where she works with children of all economic strata to create hands-on programs in science. And let me tell you read out some of the awards and honors that she received. The list is long, but I have a set of papers. I'm just juggling with papers, so just read it. The first one is Team Leadership Award, SAP America in 2001, Sigma Xi, the Scientific Research Society, 1991, Abe Howard Turner Award for Excellence in Biology in 1991, Phi Beta Kappa, Honor Society membership in 1989, Mildred L. Sanderson Prize for Excellence in Mathematics, and President's Medal for Best All-Round Student, 1987, the Lawrence School, Lovedale. I think she deserves a round of applause for this. It's a rigorous process to select the Students' Council, but this time we introduced something new, and that is we wanted the students to come onto the stage and speak why they stand for or what they would do if they become a prefect or a vice head girl or a head girl or a vice head boy. Okay? So we have a small snippet, and that video describes all. For all the audience, the screen is here, and for all the people who are on stage, the screen on top. But the sound is the same for all. Please listen to the video. Thank you.
A good leader should first be self-confident. And I think confidence is a very important part of being a leader, because only if you are confident can you motivate others.
Students are not doing their prep well. What I want is, I want students to study well. Each student should have a goal and you should be working towards it. Prep time is given for students to complete their work, and if they need help, they can ask their seniors.
First things first, a lot of involvement in a lot of activities. The school provides you so many activities, opportunities, and things that you can do to spend yourself in your energy and in your learning skills. I would like to make sure that a lot of people participate in it, because maximum don't. We have this thing that seniors pass on this particular behavior to the next batch, and the batch justifies saying that our seniors did it, so why can't we? I would like to try to break that chain. It will take years, but one start is all is needed.
Second thing is that there should be no physical or mental bullying to any juniors should be taking place. I believe that you should be firm to the juniors, but no physical or mental bullying should be there, so that the juniors feel underrated or they can't speak up to anything.
I'd also like to encourage my juniors to stand up for what's right always, because I want you guys to understand how important it is to stand up for what's right, because I believe honesty and integrity are some things that make a person a better person, and moreover a better leader.
My most immediate course of action will be to make the upcoming 9th standard in senior school comfortable. I will personally interact with each and every one of them so that they can feel comfortable and safe in this new environment, because this is going to be their future home for the upcoming years. Second point is the usage of illegal substances.
The third thing I would like to bring back is the relationship I had with my seniors. My seniors never treated me like a junior. They always treated me like their friend and always taught me how to be a man, how to take up things and how to take it if you make a mistake.
We can have bonding sessions between juniors and seniors. Everyone can sit together and have good talks. Through games, we can have like batch matches and try to treat our juniors like a friends.
Discipline is one of the main things that should be mentioned in our school. And I think this includes punctuality, hygiene in the dorms, cleanliness of dorms, and yeah. And another change that I would like to bring to the school are the initiatives. I feel more initiatives should be brought up to the school, new ideas that people can come up with so that other students can fulfill their potential. Being honest, when I joined in class 5, we didn't have so many opportunities. I mean, the school does provide a lot, but not to the other schools.
One more thing I would say is girls' school meetings every month or every week. In that meeting, teachers and the students can tell their feedback and their suggestion to anything they want to do in girls' school or in any school. And the relationship between the teachers and the students should be built more.
Good afternoon to the respected headmaster, deputy headmaster, MICs, and my fellow Lawrencians. I have learned the basics of leadership from Chota Bheem. You might find this ridiculous, but let me explain. Whenever Chota Bheem travels to a different land, he is respectful and open to new cultures. Having lived in Kuwait amidst diverse perspectives, I have developed a unique outlook. The last point I would like to touch upon is the creation of a recreational facility so that we as students can work out our daily frustrations over a friendly game of chess, carom or ludo, and not through harmful activities or words.
Number 2, I feel you might think this is a little out of the box idea, but I think we all should be serving meals with annas, because I think that will make us understand and make us be humble. You can never judge what annas are doing. We must be respectful to all the fields of work that others do. That is number 2 I like to bring.
Secondly, I want to see more and more house spirit and more interaction with juniors. I don't want juniors living in an oppressive environment.
I would also like to help bridge the communication gap between the administration and the student body. Having lived among them for so many years, I know that the students tend to be critical and often doubtful of the rules and decisions of the administration. In a vast institution such as ours, some voices tend to go unheard. It may not be intentional, but I want to bring these voices to light in front of the administration and vice versa. I want to help the students understand why certain rules are in place. It is definitely for their own betterment.
Some people told that I'm the pawn of my batch. So basically, the chess game, that pawn. My batch guys are trying to use me as a pawn. I would like to tell them, I guess they don't know this. In the chess game, when the pawn moves its 8th step, the last step, it can transform into whatever it wants. In the same way, who knows, this pawn can transform into whatever it wants in the 8th year, the next year of its school life.
What I would like is better understanding between the seniors and the juniors. Like the juniors should approach us if they have a problem, and the seniors should be able to listen to their juniors and understand them.
All of you are aware of Ramayana and Mahabharata and all. Quite yeah. Listen to me carefully. All of you know in Ramayana, Ravan kidnapped Sita, right? It didn't happen just like that. Ravan was so powerful that he could restrict the planetary positions according to his will, such that any work that he does, he is successful. Give you a small example of astrology. Okay, why do people believe astrology? Some people don't believe astrology. I say you believe in it. Simple. If the sun is here and I'm standing here and this is the obstacle, okay? When there is an obstacle in between, there is a shadow falling on the person. When the shadow falls on the person, there is darkness. If it is darkness, you can't see properly, you will do a mistake. Understood, all of you? So, if there are no obstacles in between, then you can see and there won't be any mistakes. This is only a school prefect, this one, but in life, okay, you think of the skies, at least you will land up on top of a building. You understand? Right? Aim high, but not simply like that. You should also have some stuff. Okay? That is it. That's what we need and we want to see. And having heard so much about the school from the students, it's a treasure for all of us. And I'm thinking that I will be in heaven from the next moment. Okay? And if I'm in heaven, then everybody is in heaven.
Now, we have the oath-taking ceremony for the head boy and the head girl. The headmaster will administer the oath of office to the head boy S. Vidur Varshan and the head girl Nirupama Sudhir.
Do you promise to maintain discipline, lead in the right way, and uphold the honor and good name of our school?
I solemnly promise to maintain discipline, lead in the right way, and uphold the honor and good name of our school. I also promise to discharge my duties honestly and impartially.
By virtue of the power vested in me as the headmaster of the school, I appoint you as the head boy and head girl for the session 2024-25.
The chief guest and the headmaster will confer the epaulets to the head boy and the head girl. The headmaster will administer the oath of office to the vice head boy, Rio K. Sham, and the vice head girl, Netravarna A.S.
Do you promise to maintain discipline, lead in the right way, and uphold the honor and good name of our school?
I solemnly promise to maintain discipline, lead in the right way, and uphold the honor and good name of our school. I also promise to discharge my duties honestly and impartially.
By virtue of the power vested in me as the headmaster of the school, I appoint you the vice head boy and vice head girl for the session 2024-25.
The chief guest and the deputy headmaster will confer the epaulets to the vice head boy and the vice head girl. We now have the oath-taking ceremony for the prefects of the various houses. Our headmaster will administer the oath of office to the newly elected house prefects.
Do you promise to maintain discipline, lead in the right way, and uphold the honor and good name of our school?
I solemnly promise to maintain discipline, lead in the right way, and uphold the honor and good name of our school. I also promise to discharge my duties honestly and impartially.
By virtue of the power vested in me as the headmaster of the school, I appoint you the prefects for the session 2024-25.
The headmaster, mistress in charge of girls' school, and the housemaster and housemistress of the respective houses will confer the epaulets to the prefects of the various houses. Aravali House, Yuvraj Tandon, Bimal Dev, Hiranya Bedi, and Meher Bagri. Nilgiri House, Vishwaraj Singh Jadeja, Yashas Chandra V.S., Kamalini Ramesh, and Nusra Ansari. Sumeru House, Kushvardhan Singh Chauhan, Arav Rao, Ipshita Chanda, and Gopika S. Vindhya House, Aryan Dilan Arun, Vikanaraj Singh Jadeja, Vaishnavi Maladi, and Nishika Tanna. We now invite our chief guest, Dr. Shonali Chinniah, to address the gathering.
Good evening. What a beautiful day we have to celebrate today. The weather is absolutely spectacular. Except standing under these lights, I'm beginning to feel like I'm in Chennai on a hot summer's day. I stand here a bit overwhelmed by the immensity of this occasion. First, because 38 years ago, I can hardly believe the passage of time. I was sworn in as head girl in this very same hall. And today, I stand here as your chief guest. Secondly, and more importantly, because in the 166-year-old history of the Lawrence School, Lovedale, I am the first woman chief guest for the Investiture Ceremony. A school that has produced a plethora of men and women of amazing character and reputation. From my very own aunt, Anjali Ela Menon, head girl, batch of 57, and a Padma Shri awardee in art in the year 2000, a career that started at this very school. My mother, Nomita Shipra Chandy, batch of 1961, also a Padma Shri awardee in the area of social work in the year 2011. She started a school for children of construction workers and first-generation learners, a school that has had 100% first-class pass in their 10th class board exams for the past 12 years. Parvati Menon, batch of 74, educated as a historian and was a leading journalist for The Hindu, a quiet, unassuming person who has written many interesting articles on issues of substance in the political arena. Anisha Kumar, batch of 92. She founded Zinda Foods in the UK and won Businesswoman of the Year award in 2019. Last, but certainly not least, our very own Sangeeta Jairam. Also my batchmate, batch of 87, vice head girl, and the reason I'm standing here today. She is a woman who has traversed some of the most difficult and stunningly beautiful terrain in the world on her bike, a challenge that most men riders find daunting. And at the same time, she has balanced her life and yours with yoga. She has been working hard to have the women of this school represented on such occasions, and a salute goes out to her for making this happen. I actually thought she was pulling a prank on me when she messaged and asked if I would be available on the 6th to do this. These are just a few examples of the many exceptional women, Lawrencians, that I know, and there are so many more. From across batches, actresses, CEOs, authors, politicians, scientists, architects, doctors, the list goes on. So I stand here humbled to be asked to be chief guest at this most solemn of occasions, where history is in the making for the women of Lawrence School. I wish to thank the headmaster, Mr. Rao, and all the teachers for your kind invitation. I am honored to be the first woman chief guest at the Investiture Ceremony, and most sincerely hope that I shall not be the last. Let me start this evening by extending my heartiest congratulations to the head girl, Nirupama Sudhir, the head boy, S. Vidur Varshan, the vice head girl, Netra Varna, and the vice head boy, Rio Kesham, and to each and every one of the prefects, and to their families who are gathered here today. For most of you, this will be your first step into the leadership arena, and trust me when I say it is no easy task. This pomp and ceremony wears out fast when you're standing at the bottom of the stairs yelling for kids to assemble for PT. The only piece of advice I can give you is that respect should be earned and not commanded. Lead by example, be firm yet understanding. The truth is that only time and experience will teach you what this means. You will be challenged by your juniors, isolated by your peers, leaned upon by your teachers, alongside everything else that you will have to accomplish as part of these goals. This will be one of the most valuable lessons you as prefects are about to learn. How to work with and manage people. It's a skill that will stand you in good stead for the rest of your lives. However, my message today does not go out to just the prefects, but to each and every one of you, the class of 2025. Although these students were chosen to be leaders today, the leaders of tomorrow might well be amongst you. The quietest boy might become a world-famous actor. The tardiest girl might end up the Chief of Naval Staff. Each of you have a crucial role to play in the school this year by setting an example, trying to support your prefects, mentor your juniors, help your teachers, and work towards your own futures. And I lay out what I mean by a few examples in my life. I graduated from Lawrence in May 1987 and joined Mount Holyoke College in the USA in August that year. 2 months later, in October, I lost my father. I didn't have enough money to come home. I was stranded in an unknown country, surrounded by unknown people. I had no idea how to cope and threw myself into my studies with a single-minded determination. A month later, I was called to the dining hall by a woman, Tara Roberts, a woman I had seen but never met. She hugged me and handed me a plane ticket to go home. This Black American girl found out that I had lost my father and rallied an entire dormitory of strangers to raise enough money to send me home. This one act from a woman I hardly knew still can bring tears to my eyes. My next example is of what we can do as a community. A friend of ours started a group called the Ugly Indians. You can Google this. He championed the idea of people coming together to clean ugly spots around the city. He picks a filthy spot in a prominent part of the city, puts out an announcement for volunteers on social media, and gets them out and about to clean. And get this, the volunteers actually pay to participate. He uses the money to buy brushes, garbage bags, gloves, paints, and plants. Everyone comes together like it's a picnic, gather at the designated spot, and spend a day picking garbage, painting the walls, adding flower pots, and beautifying the area. The amazing thing is that once the spot is cleaned, it remains so for years. People tend not to throw garbage in an area that looks nice. He has been doing this anonymously for 15 years, and every time he sends out a message on Ugly Indians, he gets a huge response of enthusiastic volunteers. Many communities have now started their own Ugly Indian events in their neighborhoods. It's a lovely way to get your neighbors and spend a meaningful few hours cleaning a public space. We Indians love to keep our homes spotless, but have no qualms throwing garbage straight over the walls into the streets. He has single-handedly inspired people to think differently, and today even the government works with him to come up with ways of cleaning areas around the city. We too were inspired by him, so my husband and I started a dry waste recycling and leaf composting project in our community of 500 households. These two projects have been running successfully for over 10 years now and have also been adopted by several neighborhoods in Bangalore. A third example. This is from a student of mine. I have been conducting science camps in Bangalore for the past 15 years. A few years ago, I got an email from a girl who attended one such session. Hi, Dr. Shonali. I do not know if you remember me, but I used to attend your Curiosity science camps in 2010. They were a key experience that helped me develop my love for science. Despite coming from a family of engineers and doctors, I found examples of scientists in you. I'm due to graduate with a degree in physics from Washington College, and I'm preparing to attend graduate school in the area of particle science and dark matter. This winter, I'm looking for ways towards improving science education for elementary and middle schools in India. I wanted to reach out and say thank you for everything you did for me. Sneha. For years, I've been dreaming of setting up a science center for children, and it's this note of hers that gave me the inspiration to go ahead and start building Curiousity. I did not know if it would sink or float, or if it was crazy investing so much of our time and money into it, but I thought if I could even inspire even one such student, it was worth it. I asked my husband what he thought, and he asked me to give him a business report. I refused. I am daunted by anything to do with accounting, but a week later, persuaded by my powers of never give in, he consented, and we built Curiosity together. This girl was truly extraordinary and perhaps has no idea of the role she played in inspiring me. How many of us find time to reach out to a teacher or a person who inspired us and thank them for what they did years and years later? She did, and for that, I am truly grateful. My last example is from last year and concerns a Lawrencian. For our 25th wedding anniversary, we booked a trip to the Antarctica. As a marine biologist, it's always been on my bucket list of places to see. Our ship was to sail out of Ushuaia in Argentina, and our travel agent said we could get our visas online. A week before the trip, he told us my husband's visa could not be processed online, and we needed a visa appointment at the consulate. All hell broke loose. We were in panic and about to lose a significant sum of money. We wrote to every consulate from Delhi to New York to get a visa appointment, and all of them responded that it would take at least a month. I posted messages on several friend groups, including our OLA group, asking if anyone could help us. A day later, I distinctly remember it was Saturday, I got a call from a Lawrencian I had never ever met. Several years my junior, Mr. Muhammad Ali, batch of 1998. He reached out to me and said his brother-in-law was the naval attaché in Chile, and that he would ask him if he had any contacts with the American consulate in Argentina, with the Argentinian consulate, sorry. He got back to me that evening with a phone number of the naval attaché of Argentina posted in New Delhi. We called, gave him our sob story, and got a sympathetic visa appointment for Wednesday. Anil flew to Delhi, got the visa on Thursday, got back to Bangalore on Friday, and we left Antarctica on Saturday, exactly a week later. Ali did not have to help us or reach out, but he did, and touched us in a way that's impossible to describe. This is a network of amazing camaraderie of Lawrencians, one that all of you will soon be a part of. These are but a few examples of people who to me are leaders, who have led by example in small yet meaningful ways. You do not have to head a company or command an army to be a leader, but you can be leaders with small and simple acts that reach out to others in everyday life. Something I learned from my mother, who is my true inspiration, a person who single-handedly made an impact on so many lives and was involved in everything from social work to civic issues across Bangalore. She told me that every one of us can count and make a difference in our own way. And together, as Gandhi says, we can be the change we want to see. So I put out this challenge to the batch of 2025. Despite all the work that lies ahead of you this year, a crucial year in your academics and the planning of your lives going forward, stop for a minute and think, how can you as an individual or as a group make a change or take up a cause that inspires you? It could be to prevent wastage in your kitchens, to find a way to raise a scholarship for a deserving child, tackle water conservation on campus, or even a way to recycle the myriad of different uniforms you use at school today. In our day, we owned only our underwear and our shoes. All of our uniforms belonged to school and got recycled and handed down from batch to batch. Imagine that. Each and every one of you here can make a difference, alone or together. You can be an inspiration to a junior, a peer, a teacher, to your school, to your neighborhood, or even to a complete stranger. Come together as a class and set an example for the rest of the school on how you as a team can work together to make a difference. As you embark on this next stage of your lives, remember this. All of us have been blessed by studying at this fantastic school with an amazing set of teachers. Do not take it for granted. It has given us resilience, tolerance, the ability to adjust to almost anything in life, and most of all, an amazing all-round education. Growing up here in this Jagasaya Pyara, along with our motto, never give in, we are bound to use this education not only to enhance our lot in life, but to make better the lives of those around us. I'll end here by doing something that resonates with all of us, and I learned here at the Lawrence School, so forgive me, teachers, for ending on such an ungraceful note. But one cheer for our prefects in the class of 2025. Hip, hip! Hooray! Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your encouraging words and inspiring speech. May this ceremony inspire and ignite the spark of leadership within each one of us. May we now request the headmaster to present a memento to the chief guest. Please rise for the national anthem. audience is requested to remain standing while the newly elected prefectorial body, chief guest, and the parents leave the large hall. Guests, parents, staff, and class 12 students will move to the front lawns for dinner. Thank you.